Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, the power of American Black fathers and Black male mentors. The system and others hates it. Yes, they have this system of supremacy, which is the most awesome mental manipulation force that's ever existed, that also utilize the deadliness of the mental manipulating personnel of white feminism to also infect various parts of the sisterhood within certain segments of American Black womanism, the ones this applies to. And then they also utilize certain other personnel from no Pacific cultures, background, certain ethnicities, personnel within that, certain type of personnel within certain ones that are term lifestyle category. They also use numbers of border breaker, legal immigrating personnel, etc. Right? To utilize the anti-American black male hatred and also to minimize black male mentors. Now, again, I'm not talking about some numbers of American black males and some numbers of American black fathers in category only, some of the ones that are sellouts. Because unfortunately, that's still a problem as well on that, right? Let me sit there and show you this, right? Let me sit there and show you what I'm talking about in general, because they love ones that come across in a super sellout type way and pretend what's going around is really is not going around on this.
Apart. 100 years ago, kids in classrooms were taught the color of their skin was their most important characteristic. And if they looked a certain way, they were inferior. Today, kids are being taught that the color of their skin defines them again. And if they look a certain way, they're an oppressor. From colleges to corporations to our culture, people are making money and gaining power by pretending we haven't made any progress at all. By doubling down on the divisions we've worked so hard to heal. You know this stuff is wrong. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
Mm, mm, mm. The most illogicalness in that commentary that that person made, the outside appearance of American black maleness, and when supremacists and white feminism and others see that type of nonsensical rhetoric, they understand this is what they do. Because they laugh at the foolishness. This system understands the power and influence of an American black father and black male mentors. Not talking about sellouts or gullible ones. They understand again the power of true American black fathers and black male mentors. There is no comparison. You ask the question, what male in this society has the most hatred of them, historically to present, for centuries? What males have had the most laws, formal, informal, policies, etc., that showcase hatred for the other personnel's males? along with obviously some females, but we're talking about collectively that still would affect the males the most. What other males? What other males have been lynched the most in this country? What other males have had the most discriminatory, inhumane treatment of any other males? What other male has the most hate crimes put upon them historically and now? The American black male. And see, there is no denying that reality. And see, when you put that reality stuff out there, this is what some numbers of personnel within various parts of society do when you start putting that correct reality based information out.
Sorry, Kevin Bacon wasn't in Footloose.
What? Of course he was.
No, he wasn't. You lose.
Of course he was. He was the star.
Nope, you're wrong. Look it up.
I don't have to look it up. It's common knowledge. He was on the cover of People magazine when the movie. Everyone knows Kevin Bacon was a star of Footloose. It was a huge movie. He was the lead. No.
Yeah, see, I know it's kind of funny to a point. See, that donkey, see, represented the naiveness, right? The plain naiveness, right? See, that guy kind of represented, he was putting information, right? And the donkey was like, no, no. And the guy was like, look, the guy was like, what are you talking about? That's like almost like common knowledge on that. So again, in this system of supremacy that has the most hatred of American black fathers and American black males, see, they love to showcase dorsaleness. They love to showcase criminality. They love to showcase laziness. They love to showcase deadbeatness propaganda, right? And they love to sit there and showcase and act like that black males just be talking about racism as just because they just like talking about it. But again, this is what they like American black males to be showcased as.
Down the scene and everybody was trying to wake me up like they was knocking, rocking, stocking, and rebopping. Why I have such a dream like that? Ain't bothering nobody, just busy in my own business, doing nothing, resting up.
Mm, mm, mm. Oh yeah, they like this. They like seeing, or they like showcasing what they think, or what they think people think numbers of American black males are docile, right? Weak, buffoonery, nonsensical, right? Behavioral problems, etc. Right? On that. They cannot and they do not want to ever showcase an overall amount of true American black fatherism and black male mentors in a constructive way. They do not. Let me go ahead and show you this first particular video on this. Now, I make this point because only but a few years ago, the situation, things still going on in society collectively, still regardless of racial racism, hate toward the American black male on that. When they had that guy named Kaepernick, right? When he was kneeling down and relaying to, certain type of bad seed, brutality, et cetera, racial racist situations and things like that. And you have personnel coming out the woodwork left and right, calling him, all kind of obviously they would call him all kind of N words and things like this. And you need to keep politicalness out of professional sports, even though you have however personnel want to go and all that kneel down themselves and talk about politicalness and talking about needing more women and women empowerment. I don't want to go into all that, right? It's a different topic in itself, right? But when they see even a prevalence of a one drop rule American black male, they say, oh, no, 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 that's trying to stand up for reality. So, no, 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 we don't need that, right? Don't need that. And so they also equated what he did with anti military. the piece of aardvark shit of a switchery was that, right? They equated that as well with anti military. Let me sit there and show you something. Let's just go again with, let me just show you this first video on that.
I watched you grow and mature and become the man that you are today. You have always been respectful by saying yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. Salute is a sign of respect. It is a privilege to render you your first salute. But it is a greater honor to say congratulations, sir, on your commission.
Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. But in this various part of society, they have a abnormal hatred for American black fathers. They have an abnormal hatred for American black fathers. And you see and you heard the love of this American black male father that's in the military. Well, in this video, right? Or he could have been retired or about to retire. However it goes, the point is he has his uniform on. He's showing this super love for his grown adult black male who is in the service, who is getting his first commission. And for a person who may not know, there are people who do know, but the assumption sometimes can be bad. You have overall in the military, you have enlisted personnel or officer ranks. And sometimes you can have personnel going from enlisted to officer, just depending on what program and things they can try to go into, things like that. Overall, to become an officer, overall, a person usually needs some type of degree or however other programs can that leads to a certain type of officer commissions, right? But you see the love of this father, right? The power of an American black father, right? Did he come across weak? The black American father? Of course not. Without his son speaking, his American black male son speaking, does he come across weak? I don't think so. And he might become, he might become a black male mentor himself. He might have been a black mentor before that. Who knows? Again, he might be a father right now, might not be. Might become American black father later on. He might not be. But the point I'm making is that you see in that video this strongness of an American black father. You see the respect, the smell of respect, of the aura of respect from his son. But remember, American black males, American black fathers are supposed to be running from responsibilities, right? Supposed to be like this on this. This is again what they like to see American black fathers, or what they think American black fathers are supposed to be, right? Not strong, right? Not courageous, but also understand they can have feelings. But at the same time, they want them just like this, right? Docile looking. Oh, they love them like they love them. Oh yes, they love them looking like this. They love them, right? They love that look, right? And remember, I said earlier how in this society collectively, they want to showcase some of the not so good, say, fathers and categories only, right? They want to showcase that. If I did say it, I'm saying it now. They want to showcase some American black males that might be fathers in the category only, and for whatever reason they may have, they're not in a child or children's lives a certain way, whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you a little bit later on. But they collectively want to showcase that, and see, there will be more personnel in various parts of society. They will have more humanity and more sympathy, and they will want to do more for border breaking illegal immigration personnel. Yes, that is correct. You got personnel that want to do more and have more compassion and to see the humanity for border breaking illegal immigration personnel more than true seeing true American black male fathers as they are strong and courageous, right? And loving in their own type of way as well. But let me sit there and show you something.
Well, then I want 41 eastbound. I better do this minute.
Yes. You have more personnel in various parts of society that would have more love, that would have more respect, that would have more humanity for those like acting like them and that, border breaker, illegal immigrant personnel. You see what's going on in Chicago, what's going on in New York, etc., what's going on in various types of southern Texas towns, however, parts of California, Arizona, etc., 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 and some other parts of the states, etc. There is an onslaught of border breaking, illegal immigrant personnel mania, and it's on purpose. And the people that are ultimately going to pay the price is American blacks overall. It's a different topic in itself, and unfortunately, there are quite a number of American blacks that don't understand what's happening right now and it was going to happen, right? And their agenda phase what they continue to keep doing. But the point I'm making is that you see how there are more obviously border breaking illegal immigrant personnel. There's males, and there are however many times there have been however segments and segments of primarily males, border breaking males, right? Who's sitting there supporting them and getting over here? And again, this is what they're doing. They're laughing too. Because again, who's supporting them? But at the same time, when American black males, I'm not talking about sellouts, I'm not talking about the gullible ones, the ones I'm talking about, they understand reality and don't got their hand on the proverbial sand and do bring up certain segments of racial racism, terrorism that continues to keep going on. You have personnel say, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Uh, that kind of stuff right now." Because it's not all I made that point symbolizing getting away from that nonsensical rhetoric, verbiage. Because again, who are the most hated males in the society? There is no comparison to the American black male. Who is the most minimized male in the society? American black male fathers. Who's the most uh, deflected relating to showcasing of American black fathers and black American black male fathers who are in their child or children's lives. The overall amount of American black fathers are in their children's lives. Let's say it again. The overallness of American black fathers are in their child or children's lives. But in this sister supremacy, also through various parts of the white feminism and also the utilization of the sisterhood code of internal hatred toward American black males and other different parts of certain parts of other cultures and backgrounds and et cetera, et cetera. Again, the combination effect is they have a top two, three things in common to make sure to show hatred toward the American black male, right? And again, to minimize strong American black fathers and to minimize strong American black male mentors, right? So let's continue with the. Let me just show. Let me continue with the second video on that. Now remember the in this system again they want to minimize uh, American black fathers and try to showcase them as lazy runners to not be in their child or children's lives. They want to show American black males to be criminality insane. They want to show American black fathers as again having all kinds of behavior issues. They want to show American black males and our fathers some kind of violence. Again, they want to show American black fathers again not being responsible in the child's lives. And again, when the majority of males that have children or child or children, American male, they are involved in that child or children's life. That is a beyond a fact. But the system makes sure they don't want to talk about that part, right? Because they understand the power of an American black father, right? Let's sit there and show. Now, keep that in mind when you're watching this video. Keep this in mind on this second video as well. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, hero. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, hero. Mm, mm, mm. And when I sit there and show this video about obviously this involved, loving, uh, very involved again American black male father and his little precious little black youth, female or youth, yeah, youth female or your little girl, little American black girl, precious little American black girl, the love she showed her father, right? This is what you have people doing when they even seen this. Mm, right? Let me read some commentary on this. One person else said, "No amount of money, women, fame, or success will bring you this much joy. Shout out to all the loving dads out there. Beyond exactly. That little precious little American black girl didn't know anything about no money that her father might or might not have. She didn't care about, didn't say if he was in a marriage or a relationship with someone else. That's not the issue on this. The point is, she wouldn't care anyway. She just saw her father show up. By the way, oh, father showing up to pick his little girl up, but we're gonna again pretend that really don't happen as well, right? Back to the comment. No amount of money, women in fame, or success. That little girl, little black, little precious little black American girl, fame. That's not even a vocabulary name worth even talking about. A little precious girl don't know anything about no darn fame, be her father had or not, right? Just give an example. The most important thing was going on. See, she saw her father, right? Money does not bring you joy collectively. It brings you, helpful things to purchase things. Don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. But how many people are rich? How many people are well to do off and still unhappy? Different topic in itself, by the way, right? But that little girl had joy. Joy. Because her father, the power of American black father. Another comment said that's when you know a child has a good home. Collectively on that, right? And I'm gonna say that's when you know a American black child has a good home, right? Now let me relay this. Let me truly relay this on this. On the bornness of life and that child's children, most important first contact is the mother. Is the mother. The newborn is not in school. The newborn is not talking. The newborn does not know what's female and male and female. The child grows then in its environment and sponges up what's around, right? Now the internal thing that child feels, the motherness, right? That's an internal thing, right? But at the same time, as that child is getting older and observing, even in infantness stages, right? When this child is looking at this father, it's something about that voice and that tonality that child, that infant child is listening. can't speak anything, but that child is listening and paying attention and the verbiage, not understanding, but the verbiage of what this, what is the strong figure that I'm hearing that's strong, that's come across strongness, obviously in the infant's mentality, obviously, right? But it's something about that voice, that strong basis in that voice, that strongness, right? Catches that attention of that infant. And this is why you hear over and over, about the dad, and all that black male figure when he looks a certain way to that child or children when they're acting up or they think about acting up, right? For most times, that infant, right, especially as they get older, especially going into that youth, that child stops that behavior real fast. And I'm gonna show you something. One of the kind of videos about the black male mentor version as well, right? Now you can also have American black fathers or males that can also be black American black male mentors as well, right? It can be a combination or not, right? On that. But the thing about it is, American black father are minimized, and especially American black male mentors are minimized because it does not fit the agenda that these heinous supremacists and this system supremacy that they want to project, right? They want to make sure to prop up single motherness. They definitely want to prop up single motherness within American black modern dayness, right? Where they sit there and have higher programs and resources, way more for American numbers of black women who know who they are. Oh, you best believe they have higher business uh, grants and programs, etc., specific for American black women. You best believe that. They don't take but an infant research to see that on that for the people who may not know. You said, well, where's all these different programs specific for American black males? Quietness, right? Because they want this American black women, modern day, the one this applies to continue to show more hatred toward the American black male. How many don't even want that black male really in that child or children's life? If they can just get the child support, they would just do that. And how many have been doing that? They get in the no, they get that guy, whatever it is, how many times they really want the right male person they should have been with. But however, on that, and they may have a child or children out of that, but they try to find some other say an American black male and another American black male who they can kind of try to play manipulation tactics and, oh yeah, this is your baby. And how many times they find out? Way more than people realize is that to find out that child was not even that American black male father. But we understand that again, the minimization of that is atrocious, right? Because again, single motherhood is propped up, right? It's propped up as a badge of honor. But uh, let's continue with uh, the next video. All right, let's continue with the next. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. All right. Cause now, by the way, see in this system, oh, they definitely don't want more American black males to come together in like-mindedness and start fighting back on this anti-American black males, American black male fathers, extremist rhetoric toward American black males, American black fathers, even American black male mentors. If they were getting together more and said they've had about enough of this, oh, there'd be a lot of different changes, right? Because if American black male fathers, black males in general, were coming together like this, Oh, you bet. Oh, you best believe. Oh, coming together like that, transforming to uh to coming together to more. Oh my goodness, man. Being on more social media because that's just the way of the future going in different parts of social media, right? On that, more discussions, more lectures, more tangibleness of outcomes, constructive outcomes, right? And showcases more constructiveness and trueness, which American Black fathers are doing, right? And Black male mentors are doing, right? Oh man, it'll change a lot of dynamic. But this system, oh, they don't want to see that. Oh, no, they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that at all, right? They want to continue to keep trying to show American Black males in a non-constructive way, right? That's what they want to keep showing American Black males in a very non-constructive, uh, docile, and buffoonery based way and criminality based way. Oh, that they love that very much, right? Again, this is the kind of uh projecting of what they want American Black males to be like.
down the street and everybody was trying to wake me up like they was knocking, rocking, stocking, and rebopping. Why I have such a dream like that? I ain't even bothering nobody, just busy in my own business, doing nothing, resting up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what they want to have the projecting of what they think the American Black male is. Mm. So let's go with the next video. Now remember, keep in mind now, remember, American Black male fathers are just supposed to be irresponsible, right? Docile, weak in criminality, and running from their responsibilities as with their child or children, things like that, right? This is the demonic agenda way that they like to be able to showcase, right? Because again, it fits an agenda. So let's go to the let's hold on, give me a second here. Wait, give me one sec. Give me 1 second here. I may change the. Okay, give me 1 second here. I may change the way that I'm going to show something. There was one other one that I want to show, and I don't think I may not be able to show that one. Give me one moment. I don't know what happened to that one. On that one. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I still thought I had that particular video. Yeah, I don't know what happened to that one, but that's okay. I will just continue with this particular other video on that. Well, oh, by the way, I might change dynamic, change a situation on the video the way I was going to show this other particular video. I want to show is from uh, a guy named MTR, and I'm utilizing this particular video on a timepiece purpose, in which he's a well-known YouTube personality that's been around for a while. Strong American Black male in the collective on how he talks about different topics and different things like that, and collectively he does not bow down in different things like that from a lot of pressures of anti black male establishment. But so let me go ahead and show this particular video. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Give me one moment here. All right.
second time that I featured on the channel was actually a YouTube short where I surprised him home and he started like running towards me. Got him good. Just like nothing. He was on the couch when you called. That was the second time. And then the third time, I actually wanted to go over right here. It was actually last Father's Day. So let me just read it. My father has a habit of saving absolutely everything from my childhood. He recently sent me a picture of this note that I wrote as a child for the Who is Your Hero essay. Happy Father Day, my G's. You are appreciated. My hero in life is my dad. He has always been there when I needed help or just someone to talk to. He inspires, teaches, shows, and explains everything to me. Even the littlest of questions would be answered. If I needed help in math, language, or science, my dad was right there helping me. On special occasions, we would go out to ride our bikes, go to the arcades.
Mm. Did that did that did MTR come across as not having respect and admiration for his father? Because his father had passed, and he talked about how young and I guess between his mother and father, for whatever that didn't work out, which however on that, right? But himself, he relayed because it's one of those things that's not talked about enough as well. And actually, there's a lot more than people realize of single fathers because MTR's father raised MTR as a primary custodial parent, American black father. He was the primary custodial. So this primary custodial American black father raised MTR in a strong American black male way. And that's a no to not to not to have that because again the even with the American black single fatherhoodness that is extremely minimized, right? See, this is why again you rarely hear any kind of conversation, and you'll have some personnel that say, "Well, it's not shown because there's not a lot of single black. I mean, there's not a lot of single father black males out there that wants go to hell with that game." Percentage stats are showing there are more and more and more and more American black males that are becoming single fathers. So stop it and go to hell with that game. Go to hell with that game for the ones who try to play that. See, the thing about, again, this society, various parts of society, and through also the white feminism and also through the sisterhood who's been affected by various parts of white feminism, especially around the 1970s, right? And they say, "Oh no, man, we don't want none. You got to make sure not to have any kind of strong black maleness." That was becoming even more tired of racial racism terrorists in the '60s. When you had even more black males that start saying, no, 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 we can't have this, right? Nope, can't have this. So again, like the people like the deacons of defense, right? Those black male mentors. They're also one of the fathers. They were like, no, 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 we gonna do some protection here, and however other uncalculable number of black males similar to the deacons of defense, the black male group that was protecting in various parts of the community. How many uncalculable number of black males that were doing this that they surely want to talk about, right? Just like when you hear the word Black Panthers, right? Oh man. Oh no, no, no. Who again was the primariness of the group? None of the black females? I don't think so. The group, who was the main personnel, the main protectors, the main personnel that would do whatever this stuff like that? American black males. But in this system, there, like it was 50% black women, 50% American black males and Black Panthers. You see where I'm coming from? And hey, man, there's more American black women. They were leaders and they go out there and fight against the system and all that kind of stuff. I don't think so. It was American black males that were primary personnel, and there also was some American black women that were doing a thing within the Black Pantherhood and however other different places, right? But it still boils down to the American black males that were the primary personnel in these various types of groups, right? And then, however, and again, I said earlier, what other male in this society have been lynched the most, discriminated the most, racially racism terrorized the most, right? By however numbers of civilians, by however numbers of personnel in certain parts of the service who was showing hatred, certain ones within predominant culture, and however others that maybe try to be like certain ones in predominant culture, but the ones it applies to, that show hatred to American black males in however parts of the service. For people who don't know, there are however parts of the service that still was segregated even in the Korean War, which is in the 50s. In the Vietnam War, however, still wink wink kind of pseudo segregated units or primary units that was primarily American blacks. American blacks were the second largest personnel in the military in the Vietnam War. American blacks were still the second largest population military in the Korean War in the 50s. The World War II in the 40s. World War One around 1914, 1917. Right? Not other cultures, which is a different topic in itself. And that needs to be checkmated when you have some other cultures who know they are. Well, we have some people in our cultures that was sitting there serving the military. Go to hell. Nobody compares to the military service, commitment, and patriotism of the American black. Nobody other males compares to the amount of hatred that's put upon the American black. No one other male has the most hate crimes put upon him as the American black male. So go to hell with that. In the 21st century, those things are still happening right now. The hatred of American black males. By the way, let me sit there and show you of no comparison, no other males in this society. Let me sit there and show you something for half a second. Give me one moment. Let me sit there and show you something.
Let me see your ass. Bert, get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground right here. Get on the ground. You, Bert, you shirt, get on the ground. Over here. On the ground. On the ground. Get on the ground. Do you not listen? Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
This is Officer David Lance Dukes, and yes, that is his real name, with his service weapon already drawn on a random bystander, and the alleged suspect, while responding to a 911 call that accused the man in the burgundy shirt, who just got stomped on, of trying to get into one of these homes while armed with a firearm himself.
There's a gun behind me. There's a gun, I believe, behind me.
I ain't got no gun now.
Put your hands behind your back. Is there a gun back there?
No gun.
By that truck.
No gun.
We then hear another officer, as well as the suspect, Clarence Gaillard, both say that there was no firearm around in the first place, something to keep in mind.
You're not listening, dude.
This is what Officer Dukes is referring to, stomping on Galliard's head to force him into the pavement while he was already complying and posing no threat to Dukes. Galliard apparently wasn't moving fast enough to Dukes' liking, even though he was moving as fast as he could, since he has a surgical rod and pins through his leg, knee, and hip from a previous car accident, just making Dukes' brutality that much more egregious.
Huh. You got a gun on you, man? No, I ain't got no gun. I don't have no gun.
What am I gonna do?
He had something. I ain't have no gun.
The doors on the car were closed.
No, he was right here. Watch him. Go watch him. There it is. I don't have no gun. That's what he had.
The alleged firearm just turned out to be a small baton wrapped in duct tape Galliard uses to protect himself from stray dog attacks in the area. It's also important to note at this point that the original 911 caller, a relative of Galliard's, later told police that she never saw Galliard with a firearm.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Yep, they slammed my head down on the cement. Yep.
Go back inside. Go back in the house. Go back in.
Mm, mm, mm. Remember some of the early video I showed, right? Because I said relate over how in the system they love to see American black males in category only, to act like racial racism is still not going on in society, all right? To minimize it. And number of supremacy personnel love to see American black males. I'm talking about the sellout and gullible ones that minimize hate that's still going on toward American blacks, but especially toward American black males who are not sellouts and gullible ones. So the system loves to see numbers of American black male sellouts and gullible ones I'm talking about to act like what I think that somebody just showed you is really not happening. See, it wasn't him that been stumped out. Then what would happen if he had got stumped out by a bad seed? He'd be one of the first personnel jumping up and down to say, I was racially profiled. Or he had a family member that was racially profiled because either one or two things would happen. Either they'll minimize the heck out of it because the masters told him to minimize it, which then he becomes even more weaker. Or two, again, oh, my relative was stumped out by a bad seed personnel. We got to do something about this. And things like, or say if he was reminded, oh, he was racially profiled by what's supposed to be protect and serve, right? And then see see how that tactic go. But as long as it doesn't affect that person directly or other different relatives stuff like that, then that's what they'll play. So you see the hatred of the toward American black male. This is only a couple of years. I'm just showing it in general as a timepiece purpose. This happening. This happens weekly upon weekly upon weekly of different things happening. I'm sitting there saying overall collectively, be it with bad seeds or none or other personnel, various parts of society from various parts of predominantly culture or some other cultures showing racial hatred, et cetera, et cetera. So, however, personnel from certain parts of turn like that category have showed hatred toward American blacks, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you want to have people to act like it's not really happening because again, they'll say because when they know that you got them and you read right through them and see right through them and through a side of them, perpendicular, obtuse, they were like, but it's not all. It's not the all. That person can go to hell with that tactic. So I just kind of relay that particular. Actually, let me play. I want to play another. I'm gonna play another video because see, one of the problems as well is that see you have unfortunate numbers of American blacks, and this includes certain types of American black males too that don't know historical history, are the ones who know some of it, but still naive and gullible to other different things, right? But the ones that really understand parts of history or understands racial racism, terrorism, how it still affects, especially American black males, not about sellouts and gullible ones, right? Because it's done on purpose. The thing about it was that's really not talked about is the hatred again that comes from other different personnel in certain various parts of various other cultures and backgrounds and ethnicities, certain parts of the term lifestyle category, etc. Right now, I want before I show this, just remember as well what I just showed you a second ago with that bad seat stomping the hell out of a disabled elder black male, and some of the first things he kept talking about the firearm, as if having a firearm is just all encompassing illegal. What bunch of bull? You know what? There's however many states that have open carry, right? However, states have concealed handgun laws, right? So as if he had a firearm, as if that was supposed to be automatically illegal because of a black male having it. Bad seats like that can go to hell as well, right? So unfortunately, political numbers of persons who know they are the ones who know they don't want to stop this. They don't want to stop this because there are all the masters, other masters that saying, right? But at the same time, I don't want to go there. I'm gonna show something in a second first. I make this point, and what's going on with the thing with the Israel Hamas situation thing, Arab situation going on right now. This is in October 22nd, 2023, and you got this ferventness of this uh however many even numbers of black folks, American blacks, they're like, oh, pro-Palestinians, oh, the numbers of Israeli personnel, the ones I'm talking about, oh, shouldn't be doing it to the Palestine, as if this is some newfangled scenario. This is old. This is old type of, like the Hatfields and McCoys. It's like this old rival that continues to keep happening. It's been going a long time and it's not going to stop of any time of soonness. It's not. And then again, historically, you ask the question, what was Palestine before Palestinian personnel? What was when we say Israel, what was that before that? Right? Different topic in itself. But the point is that this like hot in the toad's tail that you will have numbers of American blacks that are getting involved and going crazy to what the ones applies to. Oh, this personnel, black male, black woman, bag Palestine. But you have other numbers of black males saying, hey man, pro-Israel. And you know what's happening when numbers of American black males and black females are doing this? This is what numbers of people are doing. And this is what I before I finish this last video, and this is why I continue to I'm gonna say again, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. This is why I have to say again, unfortunately. The American blacks collectively only have half a generation to one generation left before the overall complete destruction of the American black culture. guys sitting there jumping to other people's conflicts that was going on before the majority of American blacks were even born. And some of the ones that were alive would have been youth. Some might have been teenagers or maybe some adults. But we talk about primariness, most American blacks weren't even born. So this conflict between the Israeli and Arab scenarios have been going on for a long time. What they got to do what we're talking about? The video I sit there and showed you was happening before that, right? When the situation of George Floyd happened, that was going on before what's going on right now. When you hear collectively black children, all unfortunately getting reminded, being called the N words left and right. What was the other day when you heard youth American black female being beat down by someone that looks like some people of color minority, right? Another youth black female was beaten down by some other people of color, right? A situation happened not too long ago when it's American black male youth, right? That they put him in some kind of alternative, they put him some kind of alternative school, for like some bad behavior because of his some type of hairdo, which wasn't even bad. It was just a hairdo with the way it was still neat and clean. But because I guess he didn't want to cut it off or change the whole dynamic, right? They sent him to some kind of alternative school and they say he wasn't even a bad student, right? Things are happening over and over and over again. But at the same time, you got them as American blacks, the ones it applies to, the ones that are jumping up and down about what's going on with the Israel and Hamas and the Arab situation. Do you see how that goes? American black males are still getting killed off. The numbers of American black males still being removed from their households and whatever trumped up charges. And I'm not talking about the ones unfortunately that have done some certain things, whatever it is, and however it go. But we're talking about collectively. American black males are not some criminals, but how many are in locked facilities and still don't get sentenced at the same time sentence as someone within certain parts of Panama-based culture who have done the same similar thing, right? Let me switch and show you one last thing relating to that particular part on that. Remember I was saying, but known as American blacks also are the saviors for other different cultures and things like that. They love the ones I'm talking about. They love some people of color and minorities, which were gains, right? I'm gonna show you something here. Give me 1 second here.
What's the issue?
What's up?
Why are you coming over here?
I just want to see what you guys are taking pictures of.
Why is it your business?
Well, you know what? This is my home.
Okay, mine too. Why are you taking pictures
Where
of
do you
me?
live?
I live in Scottsdale. Why are you taking pictures of me?
Michigan plates?
Yeah. Why are you taking pictures of me?
Well, you know what? We've had problems here.
I don't care. You don't know me. Why are you taking pictures of me? And I don't know you. Do you know a lot of white men are doing racist things in this world, sir?
No.
You don't know that? You're not aware
I'm
of
a
that?
racist.
You are a racist.
I'm a racist.
Okay, that's fine.
Did you hear that from that particular Asian guy? Now I'm not going in that topic in this scenario. For that particular Asian guy, you hear what he said that he is a racist toward that American black male. Now I don't know if that American black male was a father or he could have been some kind of black male mentor. I don't know. It's not the issue on this, but I'm saying he could be American. He could be a father, right? That particular Asian guy couldn't care less if he was or not. He could have been an American black male mentor. That particular Asian person did not care. right? There are so many black pain problems going on in the modern day and before, but I'm specifically speaking right now for the 21st century American black males, right? That in various parts of society, they don't care. They have a hatred for true American black males to stand up. That particular Asian guy, no, man, he couldn't stand that particular American black male stand up to him, letting him know who the hell you think you are. But at the same time, right? But at the same time, how many times have we heard how many times have we heard this, especially, oh my goodness, especially last year and stuff like that, and even early part of this year, but especially last year, how many times do we keep hearing about this? In violence against Asians. In violence against Asians. But what male within that group, and again, I'm not talking about good ones, but I'm talking about the ones male wise, which one again has had the most hatred? More than American black males? I don't think so. Hate crime stats show that. Not even close to what American black males. And my American black males are monolithic. American black males are not made up of various types of tribes and backgrounds and provinces and prefectures, right? Not even on the same plateau. But the black and black males have the most hatred. But other different cultures and backgrounds, right? Run their mouth. Oh, we're getting discriminated against. Don't like us, even with the situation with the Israel and Hamas and the Arab situation, right? Hate crime stats. It's not even worth even saying. Compare Palestinians in America who make up, I think it was like a tenth of a percent. So 1%, a tenth of a percent was the demographic population in America. Do you see how minuscule that is? And then you say, what's the population of what we supposedly call Jewish person, whatever that's supposed to mean, because that's a belief system. And there are black folks, there are other different cultures who practice Judaism faith, but that's a whole different topic in itself, right? But the point is, however, on that part, but the demographical population of what we want to say Jewish personnel, right? The ones that's put ingrained in people's mindset, what they think is what's supposed to be a Jewish personnel, right, makes up only a few percentage points in this country, only a couple of percentage points or so in this whole country. And here it is, black folks make up 12 to 13%. I'm talking about specifically American black and collectively, right? Because 12 to 14% will be, maybe somewhere, or 12 to 15% will be maybe somewhere other different, or is certain type of other black males or black females that make up maybe other that make up other different parts of, say, what people want to call diaspora, not specifically American blacks. So American blacks may only make up about 12.5, 13% of the whole freaking population, but it's still 12 to 12.5, 13% compared to what we want to say Jewish personnel, which only makes up a couple of percentage, and let alone what we call Palestinians, say Palestinian Americans, in America only makes up a less than tenth of a 1%. And then you start thinking of talking about, I don't go into all that. So all that stuff to say is how ridiculous that is. You see the minuscule numbers, or we want to say Palestinian Americans, or the minuscule numbers of we want to think what we think is what we always call Jewish personnel, only a couple of percentage points, right? And even with the Ukrainian scenario, barely, again, a small piece of a piece of the whole Ukrainian Americans make up a piece of a piece. But at the same time, how many got reparations and things like that and got sympathy and compassion, humanity? But American black males continue to keep having hate put upon them. And for most people can care less. But last video I wanted to show on this right here. Okay. It's the last video I'm going to show on that. Because this system truly hates American black males collectively, and they surely hate black male mentors on that because collectively they want to make sure again to showcase black males and black male mentors, right, as as really not existing in this country.
Like she crazy, cursing at her, telling her what you won't do. You won't clean your room. You won't do what you want to do. And you talk to your mother like that? Like you tough? Do you think you tough, little man? Talk to me like you talk to your mother. Talk to me. You think you tough, don't you? What's up on me? Cuss me out. Tell me you ain't gonna do what I say do. I dare you. I dare you. You ain't gonna do it to me? Why you do it to her? Why you talking to her disrespectfully? Why? Little boy, answer me. Why do you talk to your mother disrespectfully? You don't know why you do it. Today I'm gonna help you find.
Mm, mm, mm. American black male mentors are extremely minimized in this society collectively, since supremacists has their own agenda, and they would definitely want to again prop up single motherhood and try to get as many numbers of modern day sisterhood to have more hatred of American black males. Not talking about sellout and gullible ones, males. But this system, they want to prop up single motherhood in the American black modern day culture. Modern day. And you see, it wasn't they in this video. You see, it wasn't about bringing in some other sisterhood to show some discipline to that particular young black male figure. And 9,000%, it doesn't happen that way, regardless. When you look at mentorship, especially for black male figures, 9,000% will not be the sisterhood. It is American black males. That should be logical common sense. And that shows you the power of American black male strongness. So this particular youth black child was acting up. This particular American black male mentor came in, showed a type of love and wanted to deter, feature inappropriate behavior in a system that has a hatred for American black males anyway. And you see that that youth American black male did not jump in that American black male's face, did he? He didn't cuss him out. He didn't tell him, get out my face. Did he? And supremacists do not like the power of an American black male influence on American black youth when they're involved in the kids' lives, fathers' wives, and they surely can't stand when American black males are doing mentorship, especially for American black male youth. They hate it in this system. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I appreciate you taking time to listen to it. So thank you for tuning in to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP.